So welcome everyone. My name is Susan Petito. I am the Director of Recreation and Parks here for the town of Ocean City, and it is absolutely my privilege to welcome you here. I think we're going to have an amazing week. The weather looks fantastic, and thank you for being here, friends and friends to me. So go on from here. On behalf of our mayor, the Honorable apologies and his welcome. He had hoped to be with us here this evening, but was called out at the last minute. Me, unfortunately. But that means that I get to do the most fun thing, and that is to recognize our president, Nancy Pfeffer. Our 79th president, and she had the position of Let's Go Mad Together. MAD, love it, making a difference. So Nancy certainly has been making a difference, both in her job at the Maryland National Capital Park and Planning Commission, and certainly as the president of MRPA. So Nancy, thank you for all that you've done. And as a thanks for coming back to Ocean City this year, on behalf of the Mayor and Council, it is my great privilege to present to you a key to the town of Ocean City. Nice. I am not finished, but I am soon to be finished. I also would like to recognize our former executive director, Chuck Montree. Where's Chuck? Right? I mean, Chuck has done so much for our association, starting in 2014, right? Retired this past December. And Chuck has really transitioned and expanded our membership. He has supported and expanded our educational opportunities, and it just goes to show because this conference has just grown and grown and grown. So Chuck, thank you so much. Also, Chuck has continue to volunteer for MRPA, right?
Yeah, so I'm going to be working on the training committee. So if anybody's interested, please hook up with me in the next couple days.
All right, and
No.
No, and again, on behalf of the mayor and council of the town of Ocean City, and a thanks for continuing to come back to Ocean City and for your support over the many years. It's my privilege to present you a key to the town of Ocean City.
There was a day when this would get you out of a speeding ticket.
I do know the phone numbers of the police chief, so. All right, thank you all, and welcome to Ocean City. Have a great week.
So good thing I got that first mistake out of the way, right? So we've hit some historic marks this year. The first one being is we had 421 people registered for this conference. That is and we have 124 people. This is their first time attending this conference. If you're one of those people, please stand up.
Okay.
So as you all know, we were originally scheduled to be down the street at the Pond and Blue. And for some for some unforeseen reasons, we were booted out. Took us in, and we can't thank them enough. And we do have some certificates of appreciation for the staff here, for Alexandra and Melania, and they did not want to come up. So if you see them in the hallways, please thank them for their customer service, their hospitality, and for welcoming us in. I'd also like at this point to bring up Carolyn and Cheryl, who's going to talk to you about the conference. There are conference chairs, so please welcome them warmly.
So good evening on the behalf of us, the conference committee, Marilyn and myself, I'd like to welcome you to the 2020 conference here. As Nancy mentioned, we did have a little blip, but we are here now. And again, would like to thank the hotel for our hospitality. Today we had a busy day. We had LI operations. They did their presentations today. We had education sessions and committee appointment.
Okay, and if you have not already downloaded the Hooba app, please do so. We do have a QR code downstairs if you need that. If you need help, just let us know. The full conference schedule is on there, including all of the education sessions, the exhibitors, the speaker information, and all of our fun social event details. And hopefully everyone has gotten their popcorn from outside from the welcome wagon. If you have not, please grab it. And when you find your popcorn pal, you're going to find Julia and Janine. I know they're hard to find because they're kind of dressed like Waldo over there. But find them with your fellow popcorn pal by 10 o'clock tonight, so you can be entered into a gift card raffle. And that will be, the winner will be announced at tomorrow morning's opening keynote, which will be right here. So following this meeting, the women in Parks and Recreation will be taking a picture, go Y Park. And then we'll all be heading downstairs to the opening of the exhibit hall at 8 p.m. in the grand ballroom. There are over 55 exhibitors at this year's conference, so please get around, see them all. They've got all kinds of cool stuff at their tables and food and beverages. Lots of beverages. So, then we move on to our opening night conference social. Let the games begin, which starts at 10 p.m. in Schooners, which is just the restaurant bar that's right out here. So be sure to represent your favorite team. You've got your jerseys and things like that. Tomorrow, the fun continues. Our opening keynote is at 9 a.m. Kyle Sheely will be presenting Becoming an Idea Factory, how to turn yourself and your organization into an innovative machine. Kyle's been called the patron saint of crazy ideas. Over the last decade, his projects have been featured in outlets like Fast Company, Wired, The Washington Post, Yahoo, BuzzFeed, Upworthy, Gold Coast, and more. Sounds like make some waves for sure. Breakfast and lunch will be in the exhibit hall tomorrow. There'll be lots of great education sessions throughout the day, and the Donald Long Memorial Duck Race will be in the atrium at 8:30. So make sure you get your ducks from our little duck wranglers. Make sure you get them all trained up tonight in your tub, in your hotel room, so they're ready. And tomorrow night we will seize the day with our social in Schooners again, starting at 9 p.m. So very busy day tomorrow.
The past president and director's breakfast is in the morning, followed by education sessions. And our closing keynote is Jason Elizalde on celebrating your why. He's a senior project manager at Next Practice Partners, and he has nearly 25 years of experience in training development in the industry. The awards banquet is going to be in this room on Thursday. If you have a reservation, you're all set. If you are on the wait list, we will hopefully try to make you get it. After the banquet, join us for our last splash at Secrets, and we have transportation from the hotel every 15 minutes there and back. Last but not least, We would like to thank our committee group. We have over 40 conference committee members that contributed their time, energy, and talents to make this year's conference possible. Would you mind standing if you were in conference committee? So this committee is, with subcommittees, it has education, arrangement, tax, social, targeting, banquet, welcome wagon, conference headquarters, professional certification, awards, exhibit hall, sponsorships, conference app, evaluation, golf, mini golf, Simon auction. So if you want to join conference next year, there is plenty of you to do. And without that commitment and dedication, we wouldn't have this conference. So thank you for listening to us, and we're excited.
Okay, so just like I said that we had 124 members, we also have strong pillars that supported us in the past with our past presidents. So if I call your name, if you're here, please stand up. Doug Meadows. Steve Rapp. So without these individuals, we wouldn't be where we are today. So thank you for starting us off. Tom Schuster. Tom Schuster. I am.
Tom Schuster.
All right, so right, so a year ago, I asked all of you to go mad with me. And each week we highlighted somebody from a different department, a different city, a different county who went mad. And I can say that we had over 52 individuals and groups who went mad that we highlighted in our newsletters each week. So thank you for agreeing to participate in my crazy scheme. Woo! Your board and council came together several times this year to share how each of us would make a difference. We planned a really great year for our members. And we rose up for Parks and Recreation. We had some sad endings as we said goodbye to Chuck and Adrian, who have created strong roots, a community, and a foundation for MRK. To get us where we are today, and we wish them well on their well-deserved retirement. Now they will have more time to volunteer for MRK. Building big shoes. Before Chuck left, he hired Lauren as the operations manager. And she's done an amazing job, as you can tell by all the cheers. She's helped update our website. She's created logos, social media postings, Facebook postings, Instagram postings, and so much more. And then we started a national search for a new executive director. We had a committee headed up by Michelle Potter, which included Terry Hilton, Rosalind Johnson, and myself. We went through lots and lots of applications and lots of interviews until we found Stephen Allen. business sense, creativity, his fundraising expertise is going to take us far into the future. So welcome, Steve.
Nobody wants to. No. Everybody back quiet.
Come up down. Our training and education teaches us new heights, literally, with drone economics. And when the poop hits the fan, we heard from internal experts on destination height and the magic of storytelling for seniors. Our Montgomery Parks partners training really focused on everyone's mental health, giving us tools to use in the new normal. And over 600 members attended virtual trainings this past year. We even had some members who trained on the national level. We have amazing members who present for NRPA throughout the year, really shining a light on MRPA. This is also a great time to mention that NRPA is looking for volunteers to serve on the CAPRA committee as a CAPRA visitor. So if you're interested, please check out the MRPA website and fill out the application. We also had some amazing events this year for our members. We had our first ever shrimp and bull roast with a wine pool with over 100 participants, our PA social with over 200 people attending, and a huge shout out to John Amici for sponsoring this event. We had our second annual SJERI bike ride with over 40 participants, our annual heavy equipment showcase with over 100 participants, our first ever commercial appreciation event with over 40 participants, and just today, the annual TR mini golf tournament. Leadership Institute, in its 5th year, had another amazing great year with a future class of 24 members. And Operations University, in its 1st year, has been amazing and engaging for our operations staff with 28 participants. If you are one of those individuals and presented today, would you please stand up? Both class presentations were great this afternoon, and if you're interested in growing your field, getting promoted, or learning new tools to help you grow professionally, I ask you to speak with one of these current class members or previous graduates so they can share how great their experience has been. And if you're a previous graduate of Leadership Institute, please stand up. And what really makes these programs great is the dedication of the MRPA volunteers who dedicate their time and energy to the success of this program. If you are one of the volunteers who started or currently volunteer in that program, please stand up. We engaged hundreds of members through our summits this year in sports, seniors, aquatics, special events, and playground builds. Our summits were so successful that we're already looking ahead to next year and be on the lookout for summits on networking, leadership, DEI, LGBTQIA+2, janitorial, summer day camp and resource fair, and what are you interested in? What are we missing? Please let us know so that we can meet the needs of all of our members. Coming soon, we'll have a networking event at Topgolf. And a leadership summit coming, and a summer camp resource fair. We came together and fellowship this past year. This summer, we ate some crabs and learned about self-care. And in the fall, we learned how to fall back to basics and how to connect to your community. And this winter, we learned about the Covenant experience and had elections for your new board of directors. And I'm pleased to say that our members are certified as CPRs, AFOs, CSPs, CPSI, CPREs, and we had several hundred go through these certification classes. Thanks to John Henderson and Adrian Clutter for helping to get our members ready to take the CPRP certification exam, and to Debbie Huffman for planning that training. Our professional learning groups providing great opportunities for individuals to come together and share best practices, ideas, and goals in many areas. If you don't see one that relates to you, what you do, please let us know, and we'll make one for you. The branches continue to engage our members with socials, meetings, and training opportunities. We have therapeutic recreation, RALs, and our Parks branch, which is also fondly called Tree Huggers. Our SJERI committee were trained in safe zone conversations, hosted second annual bike ride for social justice, racial and equity, and started the first of many PLCs on SJERI topics. And where would we be without our sponsors? This year, we Chuck and launched a Creamer commercial membership sponsorship. And thanks to all the sponsors listed here, we were a success. And thanks to Stephen, we were able to welcome new members to the MRPA family. So welcome to the Downtown Partnership for Baltimore and the Department of Parks and Recreation for DC. They just kick off our annual conference. Remember, you only get out of the conference what you put into it. So go to the great sessions that our conference committee spent time on getting some of the best speakers around. Conference socials are a big part of networking and getting to know your coworkers from across the state. I'm so excited to spend time with you and see how you take what you learn and make waves back in your organization. And as your outgoing MRPA president, I want to thank you for going mad with me this year. We really made a difference daily. Keep up the great work.
Oh, I'm loud. Yeah,
Proud.
little obnoxious. Yeah. But very friendly.
Yes.
And I am super pumped to be here. Are you all?
Yeah.
I am one of those first timers, and while I look like I was freaking out, which I was, I'm really excited to be here with all of you all. This is not my first conference in the arena. My first conference was in RPA. And that freaked me out because that was my first day at work. And there was a bunch of people I did not know that were talking about playgrounds, which I didn't know much about at that point. And for some reason, they had playgrounds in the middle of the exhibit hall. Who does that? Obviously we do, right? So switch to this. And while we had some pivots and we have the most amazing people that are a part of this program. I came from another volunteer organization, and I know Roz is listening to me, and I promise never to talk about that, but I came from another organization, and I don't know if they is what this group did. I am so backstory, when we found out, I got a phone call at 11:12 on a Friday that we no longer had a hotel. Now, as anybody could think, 3 weeks before we had this conference, and this is literally my first conference, and can you all not hear me? Oh, sorry, I thought I was loud enough. My bad. As anybody could imagine, I'm like, they are gonna fire me and it's been 6 years. So a little freaked out, but I called everybody, I called Nancy, she's like, don't worry about it. I told Lauren, she's like, I don't know what we're gonna do. But we're gonna do it. And we called the committee, got them together, and they said, we got this. That's the type of people that you all are. We got this. And I love to say we, because more of us need to be a part of this. We got this. So I have a couple of things that I'm gonna go over. I want to vote, but first, let me thank the conference committee for getting this. You all are amazing. And while I'm freaked out today, you all made me not freak out as much. And so I really appreciate everything that you all did. And I am so proud to be a part of this organization. So we got a few things that are coming up. That's why I'm supposed to be up there, right? To tell you some of the things that we have going on from our standpoint. The first thing is we are getting a website and personnel management update. We are moving to Growth Zone, and Lauren and I are super excited about that. You will find that we're going to have a new website, a new web address. So, 2, you're going to have more functionality. So instead of wondering what we do, there's an app that'll show you exactly what we're doing. It'll give you notices about registration to make sure that you can connect it. And then the best part, which I think, you can connect with each other. So finding your groups of like personnel to ask questions and work together and to collaborate. I think that's important because the more that you all didn't, we're a big state. I know we're not a big state. We're going to take over the East Coast too. But I want you all to be able to connect with one another a little bit, and that was one of the issues with this app. Also, just as a bonus, you'll be able to keep track of your CEUs as well. So you'll have a nice little LinkedIn page with your CEU. Yeah, I know. Everybody, and you don't have to ask Lauren because Lauren and I stare at each other and go, I don't. So you'll be able to keep track of your CEUs, and as you go to our summits and so forth, it can automatically enter them for you. So you're not, guessing. So hopefully that new functionality helps you all out and helps us to connect and to grow as an organization. Next, coming up in May, we are going to have a town hall and a Topgolf tournament. Nancy talked about it. It's the networking event. I hope to see you all there. It's your opportunity to find out more about MRPA and how you all can participate. Also, you can play Topgolf. Who does not love Topgolf? There's got to be something wrong with you if you have. Please just don't fall off the balcony. But we will be doing that in May, and you will find we'll send out some more information about that, and it is in your bags. Next, we are going to engage our commercial members a lot more in the upcoming year. And I'm very excited to have them as our partners. They support us. Please make sure when you go downstairs that you talk to them. They are here, they have supported us, and they really, really want to get to know you all. And to be fair, they are not most of them, a lot of them are members of our organization. Now, they might not be sitting up here right now. That's going to change, but they should be a part, and you should engage them as such. Let's see, next, throughout the week, you'll see QR codes posted all over the walls. And I'm going to ruin the surprise. When you click the QR code, it goes to what do you want to be a part of? Volunteer opportunities. So all those things that Nancy was talking about, those are the opportunities for you to get involved. So this program or this organization does not run without you all. And it shouldn't be just a small part. Everybody can contribute something. You might not have hours, but you might have an hour. You might have 20 minutes. You might be able to pick up the phone and make a phone call. You might be able to do a slideshow. There's something that you can do. We want to utilize all of your talents. We're better when we work with everybody's talent. So please click the QR code, look at the Dropbox. You'll hear hear me say this a million times. My goal is to meet 300 of you all today. This week, so. Don't do it today. This week, my goal is to meet 300 of you. Now, I'm not gonna remember 300 names, I'm gonna try to remember 50. But I wanna meet as many of you all as possible. So I'm gonna ask you the same question. What is your passion? And anybody who's talked to me for the first time, I ask them that. What is your passion? Because I'm gonna try to find something that relates to your passion. If it's top golf, okay, then we can pretty much hang out with each other, but we'll find something that relates to you, okay? Last but not least, I'm just gonna throw out a few more thank yous. First, I want to thank Adrian and Chuck. Where'd they go? Did they disappear? There's Chuck, and I think Adrian's still downstairs. Thank you. First, Chuck, I swear Chuck picks up my phone calls more than my mother does. And I ask you for more than I ask you for. I appreciate everything you've done, Chuck. Thank you. Big shoes to fill, but I know that I'm not by myself, so I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Yeah. And next, she's gonna be mad at me. I gotta thank you.
Yeah.
Stand up. Lauren, please stand up so everybody can stand up. If you have not spoken to Lauren, that means you didn't have a problem. So Lauren is the fixer. Lauren is the heart and soul of the office, definitely. So first of all, I will burn your organizations down if you try to poach it. Don't start. Lauren is an amazing person and she's super talented. And I thank you so much for everything that you do. You're amazing. So, and last but not least, I'm gonna tell a little bit more of a story. So my first day at the NRPA conference, I met 800 people. I looked at playground structures and I wondered what I got myself into. And as I'm standing there, Nancy's like, well, let's talk. And Nancy and I walked and we sat in the lobby of a hotel. Rightfully so, we're talking to a lot of people. And she sat there and talked me through what this job was. And she promised that she was always going to be there to support me. And God bless her, she did. And thank you so much. I appreciate everything that you've done, and I think this organization is a million times better for having this festival. So, with that. Tell me bother you for 2 more days. Okay. If there's anything that you all can think of, please do not hesitate to stop me. I love having conversations with people. I love to get to know you all. My goal is to meet 300 of you all. So please stop me and thank you for everything that you do for MRPA. And I look forward to working with you. Thanks.
Okay, I know you're expecting to have a president-elect report, but Roz is on her way, so you'll be hearing from her later on in the week. So, Vice President, Chris Burbine.
Hello, everyone. I'm Chris Merline, your current vice president, only for how many more hours? A few more hours. Anyway, my responsibility as a VP is to put together all the quarterly reports. So all the people on the board, the executive board, sometimes send me reports, sometimes they don't send me reports. But I put them all together and turn them into the office. And also my responsibility was to put together the winter membership meeting. So those are the 2 primary responsibilities of the vice president. And it's been a pleasure to serve you all this year. Thank you again for the opportunity.
Officer. Todd Johnson.
Yeah, y'all see I'm popular. And I'm not popular. So I'm Todd Johnson, social justice, racial equity. and inclusion officer. The way I remember the REI is because I'm a recreator, I love REI, that's how I remember, that's a lot of acronyms there. So I'm second behind Corey, I'm only the second one. And, you know, so one thing I'm working on right now is the job description and the job responsibilities of that particular position for MRPA are very vague and need a lot of work because it doesn't really define what you should be doing, what you shouldn't be doing. So I'm in the process of writing a job description and job responsibilities. Where's Steven at? There you go.
Where's Steven?
Yeah, there he is. So I'm gonna submit that to Steven and let them do what they want with it, but I'm in the process of trying to define the position a little more. But one thing I have done is with the SJREI committee is work with them on the safe zone training and safe zone conversations. I'm telling you, the conversations are tough. And they're real conversations with real people about real issues in a real country called America. So I know a lot of people didn't sign up for the last one. We had a few sign up. But doesn't matter who you are, what age you are, what race you are, sign up for the next one because those are conversations that need to be had within the organization, within your counties, within the state, within the country. So that's a little bit of what I'm working on as an equity officer, and I don't know, they might keep me on for an additional year. But yeah, I know that. So I look forward to working with each and every one of you, and hopefully you'll sign up for one of those conversations, and so we can just begin to work on the real issues that we have, and we can move forward. Thank you.
Treasurer-elect?
Treasurer here, Julia Ziauskas. This is my last responsibility, I think. And Kimberly Taylor here, treasurer-elect. We're gonna give a brief statement about what we do. So as treasurer and treasurer-elect, we have very simple duties. As Nancy said, you invest as much as you invest, you get out of it. So we've kept it pretty easy this year and have just reported back as what was done. Analysis that we look for, but otherwise it's kind of an easy gig. So if you're interested in first timers getting involved, treasurer.
So just like I've been doing all year, I've been writing for Quick Tell because you've been fabulous. But since I started hearing about MRPA shortly after being hired by fabulous Terry Sprinkle. I attended the second class of RecU, which is a great way to jump in and learn more about recreation and the history of it. Closer?
Yes.
Okay. So, and then Julia, whether she recognizes it or not, she had an influence to help me run for treasurer-elect. While being your treasurer, I hope to jump in with both feet and get more involved, attend the finance committee and finding a creative way to connect the dots and communicate finance stuff for non-finance people. This is my first conference that I'm excited to learn and connect more with others involved, my coworkers, and learn more and make make new connections.
Awards, Katrina?
Thank you, Joe Rosier. I stepped up before he left the agency and I'm still holding on. Congratulations to everyone who's receiving an award this evening.
Tonight, I'm here presenting on behalf of the Awards Committee Chair, Matt Perkins. He's not here. So if anything doesn't sound right, we're gonna blame Matt. So let's get started. First, I'd like to present the quarterly award. Quarterly award, and the quarterly award gives recognition and credit to an MRPA member who has contributed to the improvement of the association through their involvement and accomplishments during the quarter. Jordan Perry, you could. For the last 3 years. Jordan has worked hard in Nancy, and you'll stand to the center there. Jordan has worked hard this year leading his team to bring us the best at concerts, including a game night on tonight, so don't forget, a Seize the Day Beach Party on Wednesday, and a last splash off-site social with free transportation to and from the hotel on Thursday. He always has an upbeat attitude, contagious laugh. I want to hear it, haven't heard it yet. And helps people connect and feel warm, welcome and warm. Jordan is also a great person to work for and work with. And for these reasons, he is the member of the quarter. So next we'll move on to our Retired Life Award. The Retired Life Award is presented to a retired professional who is active in Parks and Recreation or leisure services for a minimum of 20 years. That's a long time. In addition, each person must have been a member of MRPA for at least 15 years, with 10 of those years requiring active participation in a committee or an officer as an award recipient, and encouraging their staff under their direction to actively participate, not just be a member, but actively participate. And so this year, I'd like to present to you the Retired Life Award Committees. Recipients. First, I will welcome them up as I read their name. Please go ahead and shout. Yeah, go ahead and shout. And then I'll read for them. And then they'll have 2 minutes. They will be 2 minutes. 2 minutes to say thanks. So first up, Paul died. Has worked as a professional in the field of Parks and Recreation for over 40 years. And 35 of those years as an active member of MRPA. He began his career in his native state of West Virginia in recreation and as an assistant rural recreation coordinator, and later became the director of park recreation and parks for the town of Princeton, West Virginia.
Not New Jersey.
Brought him to Maryland, where he accepted the position of Director of Parks and Recreation for the Ocean Pines Association. In 1996. And I also took pictures of that. In 1996, Paul became the Director of Parks and Recreation for Fredericksburg. During the years there, the park system expanded from 500 acres of parkland to over 2,000 acres, as well as expansions of recreation programs, facilities, and staff. Paul's involvement in MRPA over those years included serving as a member of the conference committee for multiple years, including several years as exhibit chair. member of Rouse and Park Branches, MRPA president from 2002 to 2003. And Paul was also a member of the Maryland Association of Counties Park and Recreation Administrators and served as chair of that organization for 2 years, coordinating their efforts with MRPA. Now, in 2016, Paul accepted the position of Chief Administrative Officer for Frederick County, responsible for the overall operations of Frederick County government. Then, in his final position in the field of Parks and Recreation, Paul was appointed Director of Parks and Recreation for the city of Tampa, Florida. During his 3-year tenure in Tampa, got a lot of tans. Received the NRPA Innovative Programming Award and was a NRPA Gold Medal finalist for 3 consecutive years. Congratulations.
First off, when they have these awards on the past, when I was here, I don't recall people saying anything. So then she said we had 2 minutes of talk, and I go, oh crap, well, maybe a couple of other people will get the award, so I have time to think of something. First, so, on the, if I could ask, all Frederick County, folks to stand up, I work with, they're here. Stephen and Kate and Mother Park. And Katrina. No, I've heard Katrina before, have you? And I just want to say thank you to all of you all for what you do and make a difference in the community. I think that's what we all try to do, is to make a difference. And there's not a better field than Parks and Recreation. I was talking to the executive director, and I was just saying that this organization for me was the best thing I could join. So for you new folks, it was the best thing I could join, to get to know, to get other people, same issues, same problems, and everyone working together for doing good in your community. So you'll do an awesome job. Thank you very much.
All right. Our next recipient is Sue Simmons. So, Simmons served as Caroline County resident. Served in Caroline County resident as Recreation and Parks Director from November 1996 until December 2022, for over 36 years. Wow. From West Virginia University. Knew that was coming. With a degree in Recreation Administration in 1980 and began her career in neighboring Queen Anne's County, serving as a program specialist and recreation. Sue's service within Caroline County led to leadership positions in a variety of civic and nonprofit organizations. She served the MRPA in a variety of chair positions in legislation, strategic planning, and conference training, and served as the president from 1997 to 1998. She has been the chair of the Recreation and Parks Administrators as an affiliate with the Maryland Association of Counties, MAKeup, and a board member of the Mid-Atlantic Council of the National Recreation and Parks Association. Her postgraduate education was rooted in communication, leadership development, systems management, and nonprofit service. She's a graduate of the Dale Carnegie Program, completed Shore Leadership in 2004, and was a part of the 2009 graduating class of Leadership Maryland and served on the governing boards of each. She completed NRPA's continuing education programs through North Carolina State and Wheeling, West Virginia for Recreation and Parks revenue resource management, and parks maintenance management school, and grant development training from the Grantmanship Center in DC. Most recently, she became a certified mediator through Baltimore Mediation and serves on a team of MRPA facilitators for Safe Zone Conversations, an NRPA model for virtual conversations on race, equity, and social justice. Her professional accomplishments in Caroline County are deeply connected to her. You're just, I tell you, and guess what?
What?
It was long, but you did a lot of great things. Your time in the sun, you had mine in a couple of years, so. During your tenure with the department, you helped to restore historic centers, preserve parkland, and develop many park amenities. Her community service will endure post-retirement. She is currently president. You don't get tired. Just keep working. Of the Board of Directors for Caroline County Council of Arts and the committee chair of the newly formed Land Resources Committee on the Eastern Shore Land Conservancy. Congratulations on your accomplishments and on your retired life award.
I'm gonna borrow a metaphor that, our parents bring us into the world and our siblings teach us how to navigate it. Well, I think in this situation, the Caroline County Commissioners may have risked hiring a 26-something who really didn't know what the heck she was doing in the director's position for a small rural community. But I can honestly say it is this community in MRPA that really taught me how to love. It really, you all taught me as a young professional how to fall in love with the difference that public recreation can make. I was also taught by some remarkable folks that served with me at Caroline County Recreation and Parks. I'm not sure if those folks have gotten down here, but my hat's off to those team members who continue the good work that we do here. And my hat's off to all of you for the magic that you're making in our communities. It's hard, it's gritty, but keep it up. It's worth it's worth the sacrifice. Thank you all.
All right, so next up, Mary Beth Dugan. All right, so over her nearly 40 years in the park, in the field, Mary Beth has demonstrated exceptional leadership, creativity, and a deep commitment to the field of parks and recreation. She's made a lasting impact on countless communities, including seniors, volunteers, and individuals with disabilities. Mary Beth's heart has always been in recreation. Her very first job was as a program assistant and a bus aide for a day camp for children with disabilities in 1978. When she was 16 years old.
$3 an hour.
Wow. So she worked various positions while in high school and while attending college. She began her career working for that very same agency, the Maryland National Capital Park and Planning Commission, Prince George's County Department of Parks and Recreation, where she operated numerous community centers. She spent the next 9 years managing recreation and leisure programs for the citizens of Howard County. She supervised many staff and implemented the first countywide recognition program for employees. She also sat on numerous committees throughout her time there: ADA compliance, historic preservation, special events, and worked with the Office of Aging. Mary Beth returned to Prince George's County Department of Parks and Recreation, where she was proud to serve as the first comprehensive volunteer services manager and launched the operations of the volunteer recognition program and Samaritan volunteer software that until recently, oh, they may still be in use today. Yeah, I think that they are.
So.
While in this role, she chaired the first ever countywide teen Centennial program in 2004. I didn't know that. Another significant, well, I didn't know it until I read this earlier. I didn't know it like right now, but yeah. So another significant achievement was opening and managing the daily operations of the state-of-the-art Laurel Beltsville Senior Activity Center from 2011 to 2014. He jumped over to the other side of the commission to Montgomery Parks in 2014, and in 2015 was hired to develop and manage the park's first program access office, focused on access, inclusion, adaptive services, and programs for individuals with disabilities until her retirement in March 2022. In addition to her extensive work service, Mary Beth has been an integral member of MRPA. She has served on nearly every committee since 1983, including Rawls Student Representative, Rawls Board Chair, Membership Chair, Workshops and Training Chair, Public Relations Chair, and the Rawls Chair itself in 94 and 95. She participated with the MRPA Conference Committee, Legislative Committee, Professional Standards Chair, Vice President in 1998 and 99, and years, 97, 99, 07, 10, and 14. She was a part of the Rich Stevenson Leadership Institute Chair from 2017 to 18, and Leadership Institute 2 Chair in 2019. In addition to MRPA, Mary Beth has been active on a national level for most of her career, and she obtained her CPRP in 1989 and was a Mid-Atlantic Regional Council delegate from 99 to 2004. She also served on the board of directors for the prestigious American Park and Recreation Association from 2001 to 2004 and is still an active branch member. Congratulations, Mary Beth, on your amazing impact on MRPA in your retirement.
So we had 2 minutes, right, Steve? But I started when I was 16 years old, and as you go through and you meet all these great new people at MRPA and through your whole career, the one thing I really want you to think about, if you don't have this person, get a great mentor. I had several great mentors. 2 of them are not here with us tonight. I dedicate this award to Laura Weatherald and to Mike Brett. The biggest hearts, they follow me, they saw things in me I didn't see. So find someone who does that for you and grab on and hold tight and have those tough conversations, because you will have those tough conversations. So there's a lot of people in this room. I didn't get here by myself. You know, Bill Ryan hired me. The first person who hired me was Julie Forker, who is no longer here with us, and God rest her soul. But there's a lot of great people, folks, who are out there and they're watching you. So please, please get a great mentor and never, ever, ever forget your roots. No matter where you go, no matter how high you climb that ladder, never forget why you joined this great profession. And I have one more thing. I have a great support system at home, and that's Mark, my husband. And Mark is actually in the field of Parks and Recreation as well. He works for the Parks and Conference. And I met him at Becky's Thompson. We were selling blood necklaces for MRPA. So it's looking for a mate. Here we go.
All right.
My pinks.
And the last retired life award goes to our very own past executive director, Mr. Chuck Murphy. All right, so Chuck, fresh off an internship with the Maryland National Capital Park and Planning Commission for Georgia County Parks and Recreation. And a fresh new degree in economics from the University of Maryland. Began his career as a park planner with the commission from 1977 until 1998. He served as an entry level planner. Sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna go down. As an entry level planner, later progressing to planning coordinator. In 1998, Chuck was promoted to planning supervisor within MSC PPC, a position he held until his retirement in 2013. Along the way, he also founded and operated Bethesda Aquatics, a swimming pool management company that worked with nonprofit swim clubs. A side hustle he undertook. Until 2025. Side hustle, that's what it says. Chuck was always an active member of MRPA from the time he joined as a young pup, many years ago. Many years, Chuck served as Park Branch Chair, Conference Committee Chair, Treasurer of MRPA, and as President of MRPA in 2005 and 6. It was Chuck's love for our field and our association that saw him retire to replace Tom Donlin as the Executive Director of MRPA. And in this position, Chuck was able to oversee our organization through the highs and the lows, providing a steady hand as names and faces within the association changed. Chuck was the right man, as he understood the purpose of our association and the changing needs of parks and recreation professionals and how an association can best serve them all. MRPA saw a period of unprecedented membership growth under Chuck's leadership, namely the change to allow agency memberships. New initiatives such as the Leadership Institute help develop future leadership of our association, while the Equipment Showcase and Maintenance Institute help meet the needs of an untapped and underserved group within Parks and Recreation. And let's not forget that Chuck led us through a global pandemic that saw the cancellation of in-person conferences for 2 years. Few people have served our association to the level of Chuck Montre. And so it is our great honor and privilege to again congratulate Chuck on his retired life.
Thank you so much. You know, I got so many friends out here and they're all making me laugh. It takes some executive privilege to recognize a person that ran this association for 30 years as the chief operating officer. I will call her Diane Collins. If you would just. So Diane was the power behind the throne, and I think how many executive directors did you train?
I think it's 9.
9. Yeah. So, great to see you, and just, you know, when I was a young pup, you said how great it is, this business of recreation and parks. We have a long way to go, and I'm not going anywhere, and thank you.
All right, we're gonna continue with the agenda. TR branch, Joy? Giveaway.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Joy Weir. I am from Calvert County. I'm currently the past chair of the TR branch. And I'm here tonight to give the award winners for our TR mini golf tournament. So I want to start off by thanking everyone that came today. We had 57 participants. All right, so second place winners go to a group of students. We had, I think, 12 students from Frostburg come today. So shout out to Frostburg students for coming to the. So our second place prize, hopefully they're here tonight, goes to JD, Dawn, and Bo from Frostburg. Are they here? Oh, Thank you so much for playing. All right, and our first place winner goes to the group of Melanie Huggins, John Kennedy, and Stephen Parks.
Gotta take your own picture. You gotta take your own picture. Push halfway down. Oh, what is it? There is a wiki. Well.
Here, I don't know what I'm doing, but.
There you go, one more. You don't have to. Why didn't.
And supported our TR golf tournament.
Ross,
Sweet.
Andre Clark.
Hello, everybody. My name is Andre Clark. And I want to say, if you've had any semblance of pay, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. If you have been paying attention in this room, I'm a first timer, and I've had the opportunity to witness some legends come up on the stage. That I do is that each one of several of those legends in their past and their present, they had heavy involvement in roles. Okay, so we have a room full of people here who spend their days, their early mornings, their evenings, their late nights, making sure that other people have opportunities throughout our communities in Maryland. But we rarely take time to just unwind and have a good time amongst ourselves. And that's what Rawls is really all about. Just having a good time and being able to unwind and have self-care, right? So in this conference, we have over 400 people who are creative, who work hard every single day, who get up early in the morning and do late nights serving other people. And Rawls is the perfect opportunity for you to unwind and have a good time with other people. We look forward to greater things in Rawls. these legends that came up on this stage, quite frankly, we're chasing in Rawls, we're chasing glory days. Because anybody who's been around in MRPA and has been involved in Rawls in the past can tell you that we had some glory days. And I believe that we can get back there to tap into the creativity that we have in this room. So I implore you to get involved with Rawls moving forward. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak.
Park Ranch, Shannon Davis.
I am not Shannon Davis. He had to step out. He's providing some recycling bins for our exhibit hall. But my name is Shelby Smith and I'm the incoming chair for the park branch. I don't have anything to report right now for the park branch, but we are trying to gain some more involvement and I would love it if you guys would come out to our branch meeting tomorrow at the park branch and learn about how you can get more involved. Thank you.
Yes, conference. So we're branch subcommittees and we meet once a month for the whole year, so we'll probably start again in May or June. And if you want to be a part of it, just find a subcommittee that you're passionate about and let us know. Carolyn is your next committee chair along with another person. And yeah. It'll be fun.
So here I'm in trouble because we went too long, and so I was told to tell everybody that the rest is in the written report. If you will bear with me, please, actually, I can't even do this here.
You're looking for him? Give me a sec.
Tell a joke.
Yeah, right.
Too much. I was out trying to find somebody to teach a class.
Chuck recently retired, and there was a committee of people who threw him this really amazing retirement party. So if you're part of that group, please stand up. But as part of that retirement, we wanted to make sure that Chuck didn't forget his roots here in Maryland. And Chuck loves art and has a great collection at home. And so we thought that this piece would be a nice addition. It's a map of Maryland. It shows all the counties that he has worked with in his tenure as MRPA.
The movie company take it home for me?
I got it here. You gotta get it home.
Sorry, you didn't get the picture.
I know. You don't have to hold it. Oh, boy.
Like this?
Pretty got down.
So with that, I will go ahead and motion to adjourn the meeting.